Well, hello guys! Welcome back to episode number dos. That's 2 in Spanish if you didn't know. For season number 4 of the Sunderland Road to Glory. Didn't start with Sunderland, of course. I say that every single time. As today. First of all, watch the last episode. I always say that. Let's try and hit 30 likes for this one as well, which is our aim all the time. There's a spoiler straight on screen straight away. We won the first game of the season as we are in transfer time. We've had 3 draws in pre-season, as today we have Millwall, Wigan in the Cup, Derby County, Preston and Burnley. There is a lot of fixtures today. We're going to get straight into them. We're going to hopefully make more signings. I've said all this in less than a minute and I need to really calm down. I need to calm myself down a lot because we do have 2 big players injured in the team. Well, Drew Yearwood, I wanted to be a big player, but of course injured and has been injured for a long time. But Campbell, our main striker, is out after that first game. Of course, we did win the game once he came off, so maybe that's a positive that we can deal without him, even though we would rather have him, as we made a couple of signings as well. You'll have to watch the last episode to know who they are. Or if you're one of those people that just want to skip straight to this one, fine. There's no stopping you. Thank you for being on this video anyway, as we are going to jump straight into the first game against Millwall. No signings before that. I've scouted a lot of players, including loads of South American players, because that is what the board want. They want 2 of them picked from the bunch, as it's going to be Baba in goal for the Lions. It's going to be Romero against his old club, or Romeo. He's going to play against Millwall with Mengi, Doyle and Thompson at the back. It's Zambrano and Herbie Kane in the midfield with Moreno, Pritchard and Embleton. And our new starting striker, it's Clark Harris, because of course we lost Campbell and Afobe's just that bench striker. He has been at Millwall himself, Afobe, but I'm going to trust the second in command over the third in command, as Millwall won their first game of the season as well. Can we make it 2 out of 2? And that's pretty quick. Romeo's already got his tifo up in the Stadium of Light. It's our first home game as well. Yeah, we're away in the first one, won't we? So let's see if we can win this one. And Millwall's team is Bartosz Białkowski in goal, Shaquille Moore, Murray Wallace, Frankie Story, Jake Cooper and Scott Malone at the back. Romeo replaced by Moore, with Evans and Saville in the midfield, Mahoney, Bradshaw and Mason Bennett. And it's going to be Moreno on this ball right here in the midfield, as Pritchard does receive it as well. That's one round the corner. Going to try and start on the front foot. That's a terrible pass though. 7 minutes into this game already. It's gone really quick, that one, because we haven't done much, as now Millwall are going to try and get an attack off. I think they're going to be a bit better than Rotherham. They did win in their first game of the season. I don't know who against though, as we're just going to keep chasing these around a little bit right here. Try and get a block in, as Moreno perfectly does. Takes that to his feet very well, as now Herbie Kane's going to try and go across this midfield. Put one through right there to Clark Harris, who has the option. Good tackle. And this controller needs batteries, as Dominic Thompson's got his fully charged. That was a great tackle from him. Receives the ball back, does the left back. Trying to attack. That's fallen to Clark Harris right here. And Herbie Kane from Rangers. Saville stuck his arm up, but it must have hit him on the head, as it goes out for our first corner of this game. Zambrano to whip it in high, and it goes into Doyle, who heads it to Białkowski's midriff. Big chance, that one. Decent little chance from the set piece right there, as Mason Bennett turns Romero inside right there, or Romeo. I think it's actually pronounced Romeo, like Romeo and Juliet, as Bennett has the ball right there. Gives it through to the striker, midfielder Saville, who sends that over the goal. It's a big way for his efforts, as now Zambrano has this ball in the centre, into Pritchard, onto Herbie Kane, and Kane's going to try and keep on running with this one. Now release it down the line, just a bit heavy, but Moreno does keep that alive, and that's whipped straight at Malone, who just receives the ball at his chest. That's not a good cross, and Moreno's not been very decent at the start of this game, as Mason Bennett gives one forward to Tom Bradshaw right here, and Millwall going to try and make a chance there, as Babadinga has to palm it wide. Bit unconventional, but we'll take him making the save, as now Bennett, it's whipped in and Cooper sends that one over. Bradshaw in the midfield gives this to Evans right here. Tried to whip over the top. Romeo with the easy header away, as Kane flicks that onto Lorenzo, or I think it's just Renzo Zambrano, as there's a dodgy tackle on him right there, but Embleton keeps this through the middle, onto Pritchard, through to Kane. Herbie Kane now gives it to Clark Harris, who skips away from one. Pritchard is going to give this one out wide into Dominic Thompson, and I don't really know where to go, but I'm going to try and charge down this line. It's Thompson still going. That's a decent... I thought it was a decent ball. Shaq Moore has this one out wide, and what's Shaq Moore going to do with the American? I remember who he is now, as there's a block right in there. 4 minutes of added time has been played, even though there's one, so I might as well whack that for the half-time whistle at 0-0. Not any chances at all for either side, so it's a fair result, but I want a bit more from my team. Although they've started off well, Millwall this season, I do want, of course, us to start off well, and I think Millwall are still beatable. They've got 5 at the back, but we can get past those as Clark Harris. We're going to try and switch this one across. That's a good ball out to Romeo, who's going to whip one in, looking for Pritchard. Doesn't fall. Herbie Kane off the crossbar. It was a good hit as Pritchard's got seriously injured in the move as well. It's going to be Valley who comes on for him. Not a good injury from the man who, of course, has stuck... well, I've stuck by him through thick and thin. Of course, he's been injured quite a bit in this save. I think he's got injured maybe twice or 3 times, or even 4 times now. But he's always been here. I've never got rid of him. Alex Pritchard as Evans coming forward right here. That's a dodgy back heel, but Evans tackles through us. And I was surprised that was still not given. Go wild, didn't it? And I think he was already on a yellow... No, he wasn't already on a yellow card, I don't think. He must have just picked one up. At least he's got one now as Kane. Going to give the ball through the middle right here. It's onto Valley, as Valley's going to spread that out wide into Embleton. He should probably be central right now instead of Valley. We might have to switch that around as Malone has this ball right here. And he's going to turn us with ease. He's going to put a ball into the box. Ted Mengi with the head away. It's fallen straight to Evans though as Saville. It's a 1-2 in the area. It's Ted Mengi who dives in a bit and Doyle has to get round the back to block that one, and now we're in. I mean, that's one of the best chances of the game. Apart from Herbie Kane's crossbar hit, there's not been much. And Callum Doyle's header as Bradshaw's throwing everything at that. Doesn't get anywhere near it though. And Zambrano's short pass. Terrible pass out from the back as Moore keeps that alive. Into Murray Wallace. Into Bradshaw. And Bradshaw fires Millwall in front. Just over the hour mark. It is the Lions who are shushing us at home. The Husky Chocolate team have their goal. Yeah, if you've seen the sponsor, Husky Chocolate. Can't believe that. As that's a good turn around the side of Doyle and into the roof side. Just where it meets. A really good angle in the net anyway, where there's no keeper saving that one. At home, now behind us, I've got to say as well, Clark Harris could ask for a little bit more from him. Well, I don't think could. I think I've got to ask for more. As Embleton trying to keep that one alive right there. Herbie Kane doing everything to get to it. And it's been given as a penalty. Is it a handball? It must be, because it wasn't really a foul. Nothing shown from it. As Clark Harris, never mind. You could make yourself the hero right here. We're going to go just slightly left. And it's in the back of the net. It's 1-1 straight away. Goals have come out of the blue in this one. Johnson Clark Harris now lets those fans who were shushed find their voice again. It's straight down the middle, really. Not much to the left, but it is back level. Best with a penalty out of the blue and dispatched of it as now... Who was that? I don't have a clue, but Romeo's done a great tackle right there. It's going to give it in the midfield, or into the centre-back, Mengi, who gives it to Valley. This is good passing. This Herbie Kane has Adobe, who's just come on for Moreno, who didn't have the best of first halves, so he has come off, as this is a good move right here. It's into Valley, not the shooting opportunity, but you can see we've got a bit of a spring in our step right here, especially with this guy, Herbie Kane, who shoots, and Bielakowski with a good save right there to keep it level. Herbie Kane is literally one of my favourite players at the moment. He's everywhere and amazing, as that's a decent ball in as well. Story with the header as Thompson wins that one. Mahoney, they're going to get away with it, and it is kind of a counter chance. It's Mahoney getting this one down the line, who has to pass it back into Shaquille Moore, as now it's into Mahoney again. Don't let Millwall steal this. There's 8 minutes to go, and we've got the spring in our step, not them, as that's a good ball through. Is he onside? He is, Mahoney, and it's a decent ball in. Romeo has to head that away, though, and now can we attack ourselves? Clark Harris doesn't have much pace, so he's going to give it to Valley, who definitely has more, and Valley down to Embleton. He's behind the back 5, but still very, very far out wide. He's going to cut back inside into Valley. It's Herbie Kane on the edge. He's waiting for a goal as Story blocks. It is so unlucky that he hasn't scored us. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I thought I had a man short. I spam RB, or whatever it is on PlayStation, just to try and get the man short. And he never arrives first time, and I just passed it short instinctively that time, as it looks like it might end 1-1. However, they've got a chance upfield here, It's been given us their ball from maybe a handball, I'm guessing. And a free kick late on for Millwall, but that is wasted. As the game has finished right here. And it's a draw. Millwall 1, Sunderland 1. I don't know how I feel about that. It's definitely the deserved scoreline. Maybe not for the last 20 minutes when we did get on top, but I respect Millwall. They've got a good team in game. Really good. But you just get the feeling that they're a team you've got to beat. It's kind of like Wolves. They're a team you kind of expect to beat, but they've got a really good squad. And if they do surprise you, you're not too shocked, as it's 5 days without Alex Pritchard. So it's not too serious as Cassidy goes out to Rangers. That is honestly one of the best loan deals we could get for that guy, as Clark's gone out as well. Aidan Clark's gone to Malaga. Another good loan. As for the cup game, I'm making my rotations right here. And I think I'm going to go for a relatively strong squad, because Wigan's one of them teams that can surprise you. So it's Papa still in goal, Matheson right, Mengi and Hume. I'm going to try Mengi at left centre-back, see if he does any good there in the simulation. With Adobe, 09, Kane, Valley, Embleton and Afobe. So Luke 09 returns as well into that midfield spot. How can he do right there? A splot? I don't know what a splot is either, but we're going to see if he can do well right there, as it's away from home at the DW. They are still the division below. It's a quick simulation in the Carabao Cup, and it's a 3-1 win. I will take it. Mengi does score from that left centre-back spot, should I say. Valley gets one, Humphreys and Edoze. Good. And it's Derby up next, as Rangers have put in a bid this time for one of our players. You can see that Stephen Gerrard's been watching us closely, but I am going to reject that one for Luke 09. I do want to keep him here, because of course he's the ex-club captain. He's one of the originals. I don't really want to just chuck them all out like that, as Pritchard is feeling better though. And I know he's one of the originals as well, but he's probably not going to get straight back into the lineup. I'll say what I have to do to please him, as these are in 22nd. It's going to have to be a simulation for this one as well. We'll play Preston and we'll play Burnley, as Preston are close to us in the league. And there's the team. You can see it right there. Not much change. It's Pritchard and Edoze who's swapped since the last league game. So yeah, everything the same apart from that. And can we get an unbeaten start in 3? We do. It's Clark Harris and it's Josh Bowler who's made his way onto the bench. Went to central midfield for Zambrano and actually got the goal, as Edoze got sent off. We won with 10 men in the end. Clark Harris missed a pen or offside or something like that. I don't know what the red cross means, but at least he scored again. But we had 10 men. Shocked the wingers got sent off, but surprised that we got the win and happy that we got the win with 10 men. You don't usually get it when you got a man sent off, as that makes team selection relatively easier. Although I would have put Pritchard straight back in, but Bowler's just scored and Valley's on form. And Valley's a lot younger in here, 20-year-old, pacier. That's my favourite kind of player. So we've got an offer right here as well from Huesca for Marcel Van Aken. Now this one I'm going to delegate. I'm going to see how much we can get for him. Actually, no. Never mind, I've clicked the A button. He's a player that I don't mind getting rid of, to be fair. I really don't. I was going to accept it straight up anyway. So, yeah. He hasn't really been good enough for me. I've not been the biggest fan. Andrew Yearwood's returning, so that makes it a lot easier for me, as we're getting a lot of scout reports back. Love to see it. As the team for Preston, it's probably going to be a bit tired, but yeah, that's what we're going to go with. Mengi and Embleton. Kind of doubtful, but we are going to opt for them, as it's these, and then Burnley, who are just above us. That's going to be an interesting game if we can keep it up right here. What can we do against Preston? And Preston's team right now, it's Declan Rudd, Olasunde, Gravel, Story, another Lindsay. He was at bloody, what do you call it the other day? Rotherham, as Josh Earl is at left wing back. Bayliss, McCann and Darnell Johnson. DJ in cam with Tom Barkhuizen, one of the fastest English players in the world, or on FIFA at least, and Reese up front. And it's at the Stadium of Light again. Another home game. How can we do in this one, as Herbie Kane keeps hold of it right there, onto Zambrano. Embleton's going to look for a switch straight across, and that was a bit of an ambitious one, wasn't it, as Reese is going to pass that into Bayliss. A ball forward is actually straight through to Barkhuizen. He's got a chance here, and he's made it 1-0 within 4 minutes. We're conceding first all the time at the moment. I told he was fast. No one marks him. 1-0 to whatever they are, the Goats, the Rams or whatever. I'm guessing it's kind of Rams. I don't know. I'm just trying to look at the badge and think of something else to call them apart from Preston. Apologies if I offended any Preston or just football fans in particular, but they offended us right there, sticking the ball in the back of our net. 1-0 down already, and it did come from us, to be fair, just giving the ball straight away to them. Embleton, who I did say were tired, with a rather lacklustre pass, as now Johnson Clark-Harris, he can't get his touch off right there, as it's going to go into McCann in the midfield. That's a ball forward, which Ted Mengi reads with ease. The passing's off, though, from him as well. The tired players not reaching players' feet, as now it's Embleton. Please just pull that off. Look at that, it's terrible. Tired players being tired, as Moreno wins that header though, and we've got a player down on the deck. I don't know who it is, but Clark-Harris chip that over the top. He's got to be onside, and how is he not? I don't have a clue how he's not, as it's Herbie Kane who's got injured. It's only a plaster, and with how good he is at the moment, I'm going to see if he can survive. It's not forced him off just yet, as Josh Earl with the ball right out wide here, chips one over to absolutely no one, as Mengi gives that to Kane. He still seems himself on the ball, as now Embleton. Clark-Harris is trying to make the run, and they've just leapfrogged each other and gave us a bit of a gap to run into. It's Clark-Harris. He's tackled, though, from Josh Earl. How fast are Preston? Did they even have a midweek game? Oh my days, Reese has just done that. I know he had the ball past our centre-backs, but the range he's just put that in from should not be going in. 2-0 Preston. Let's see this one again. I'm shocked with Babadinga. Or Babagida, or just Babas. That's a terrible clearance, Mengi, but look at that. You've got to save that. I mean, he dived early. He put it not so cornered, and you've got to get that. And that is a shocker to concede, as now Reese gives this one into the side into Bayliss. It's going to be them looking for a third as well, as Baba has to save that one. And now it's properly telling me to get Herbie Kane off, so I don't know why it's suggesting Josh Bowler. It's definitely got to be Luke 09 for me. Get him on, as it's going to be Darnell Fisher to whip this one. At least it's still early days, as Baba catches that. No foul, good, so we can try and get off really quickly to a flying start right here on a counter-attack, as it's going to be Thompson to run down the line, putting one round to Clark-Harris, who's never reaching that. However, we have got the ball back, but Valley's giving it away, as now McCann. It's going to be into Olasunde, now onto Tom Barkus, and again, he's passing it backwards. Preston should not be beating us 2-0 at home in the first half. Why haven't we learnt from mistakes of last season as all? That's a good tackle from Zambrano though. Reese on the deck. Clark-Harris into Embleton. Can we switch this to the right-hand side? That's a good ball. Yes, it is. He's going to reach it as Moreno keep on running. It's Moreno to keep on running. Pass that across. Oh, Clark-Harris. Just fire it and get there first. Should have done better than that, as now. Oh, they almost got a ball forward. This is end-to-end stuff actually, as McCann into Bayliss. It's Darnell Johnson. It's onto Barkus, and they're just passing it around the edge of our box, which doesn't suit well with me. Ted and Mengi's definitely having an off one, as they're going to whip that in out there. Yes, please win the header, Romeo, whatever it is. Puts it out for a corner. Is it going to be Darnell Fisher? Don't get three before half-time, as Romeo has to get another one. I'm going to struggle saying his name. I just want to say Romeo alt-timers now. It's half-time. 2-0 down. Not good enough. Has to change. No changes to the lineup, however. So, we're going to try and get up and running again. Embleton onto 09. Two more of the original. So I have kept the spine of the squad. You can see I've tried to keep it as well. And I'm happy that I've got these battling at the top half of the table with these players in the team. As can we get a goal straight back right here? Clark-Harris, Zambrano. 09 has a shot. Story blocks. As it's now Josh Earl out wide, and Earl's going to give a terrible pass into Elliot Embleton right here, who can run away with this one. Keep on going, Embleton. He's got the back of his shirt, referee. That's got to be at least an advantage or something, as that's a terrible tackle. And he's going straight off the field to avoid a yellow card. He's Bayliss. Oh no, it was Story actually. As can we put that ball through? Can we get something right here? Zambrano over the top. Clark-Harris is never in a good position. He's a very lucky boy that he's already scored 2 goals, is Clark-Harris, because I am not impressed with his appearances at all. Same with Valley, to be fair. That's a terrible move from him. He should have done better with that ball, as Ted Mengi gets turned right there. It's on the edge of the box, and Alfie Whiteman fires it home. It's 3-0 Preston, and this is just horrible. I hate playing FIFA this year. I'm not even joking. The simulator games are more fun at the moment, because this is terrible. Look at that. Touches it to the side. Romeo sent. Babadinga, or Babagida, never saving it. As Preston still knocking the ball around well here. Olasunde whips a good ball in. Romeo with the header. It's only as far as Darnell Johnson, and it's 4! You're kidding me. I know it's a goal less, but this might be worse than the game against Stoke last season. It's absolutely terrible football. Look at that. Top bins it. And we're just second best. Our first defeat of the season here is going to be a very rough one, isn't it? As Clark Harris has it again. He's just so lucky that he's scored in simulations. He's not my best of players, or definitely not the biggest fan of him so far. I think I might go back to a Afobe or look for another striker, as Rudd's even hogging that one to try and run down the clock. 4-0 at home on a midweek game, as now Luke 09. Can we back heel that into Clark Harris? He doesn't even get on that. As Reese, he's going to run away with it. You can see we've sent more players forward, and how is that getting past Romeo? It's into Alfie Whiteman. That's a good tackle. No way is that a foul. No way. I don't know who it was who gave it away as well, but they're going to take a free kick. It was Romeo. Okay. So what they're going to do with this one is a leap over. It's Darnell Johnson. It's good. Needed saving. And Clark Harris. Can we get one back before the end of this game? Oh, Pritchard slipped through. It's going to be Pritchard to pass it to Valley. And we do get one back. The camera's even shaking with it as well. But we're going to skip that one. 4-1. At least we can say we've scored in every game now. But still it's a heavy defeat that at home. 4-1 to Preston. And I can hear the fans are upset. My days. That was one of the worst performances I think I've ever seen. Very, very bad. As to be fair, Preston are doing it this season though. They're in 4th. We are in 6th. So we still hang on to a playoff spot at the start of this. Let's just say it's a good start to the season. Let's forget about that score, shall we? As Herbie Kane's only out 5 days. He will miss the game though, of course, against Burnley, as Denver Hume, I don't want to sell actually. Even though he's got no face, he's a good backup left back, so we're keeping him. And we need to get this team right for the next game, as the playoffs have changed. We are out of them again. But what a big game this is. Who's returning from injury? Please say it's Tyrese Campbell. Is it? Oh, he has got the plaster. It is Tyrese Campbell then. So that changes things completely. Let's shove him straight in, shall we? Because I am a bigger fan than him than Johnson Clark Harris. That is fair to say, as we'll put Luke 09 right there. And, I mean, Pritchard did well off the bench. And I'll give Embleton a rest. He needs one. So, Babber in goal. Romeo, Mengi, Doyle and Thompson at the back with Zambrano and Luke 09. Moreno, Pritchard, Valley and Tyrese Campbell straight back up front. That is the team that I trust. And you don't get many travels to Turf Moor, well, especially us, because they're usually in the Prem, but they're in our division now as it's Jensen, Roberts, Lenormand, Zima and Cornet at left back with Baja, Branciaga, Carvalho and Favre, Marquez and Wesley up front. That is a very, very good team. Let's hope I don't do a Mark Goldbridge right here though, and let's hope we don't make it 2 defeats out of 2, and not an embarrassing one if we do lose, even though I really hope we don't, as Favre with a good turn though past Thompson to start this game off. They look very quick. They look extremely quick, even though they played after us in midweek. These played on the Wednesday, we played on the Tuesday, as Favre puts a ball in the midfield right there, and Luke 09 lets it go straight past him. It's a shot, and it's a penalty straight away. How did Luke 09 miss the ball, though? I don't blame Mengi, who gives them all away, to be fair. I blame Luke 09. He let the ball go straight through him, so it's going to be, I don't know who, Branciaca taking it, and, alright, we dived the right way, of course. Right, normality resumed, let's just say that. Baba does save penalties, what it does best most of the time, as it's a poor corner as well. And Valley to try and run us away. We just need to get out of our zone a little bit, don't we? And forget that ever happened, as that's a terrible touch. And it's Favre with the ball out wide again right here, who's going to cause all the dangers. Maxime Cornet with the ball down. This is really quick passing from Burnley, as it's a great save there. Oh dear, these look like they could be the Norwich of last season, but hey, we beat Norwich twice. These are very, very fast with the ball, as Branciaca puts it short, and it's another corner. 12 minutes in, Burnley absolutely all over us at Turf Moor. Can we get rid of this one, please? No? That's going to be another corner. Hopefully third time lucky for us getting rid of it, as it's going to be a deep one this time in, and Wesley just wide. It is, of course, the Wesley from Aston Villa, and that one is very close. He's a very, very tall gentleman, as that's Zambrano on the ball right here. Let's try and build out from the back, shall we? Try and relieve some pressure, but Luke O'Nine's playing on the other team. I can never get quick moves together, as Baba makes a great save right there. Sean Dyche absolutely furious, and it's going to be another corner to them, as please, no! Callum Doyle just gets across in time. Romeo chasing that one down. He's been beaten to it. Wins a free kick though. And Romeo on the ball from the free kick. Mengi just knocked it to him as Luke O'Nine through the midfield into Pritchard. That's an easy ball to Campbell. Campbell around the corner to Valley as Valley... Oh, what? He's just gave the ball back. What is this crap? Players' touches are absolutely shocking today as Favre takes a good touch right there for them though, which allows him to get a shot. We need to win that, Mengi, and does, as Valley... What's he play? Valley's terrible this season. I'm not even lying. He does not want to play football, as that's a 1-2 as he observes it. Doesn't go to the man. It's into Mengi, and it's in the back of the net. Of course it is half an hour in. Burnley in front. I blame Valley, you know? Not anyone in the middle. I blame Valley. Watched the ball down the line. An observer, lost it to start off with, didn't bother trying to get it back at all, and the volley's in from Marquez. 1-0 to Burnley at Turf Moor. Honestly, terrible, disgusting. This game absolutely against me, as Luke O'Nine did very, very well there. Not with the ball, because he hasn't done well today, but did well to avoid getting his leg broken, as they have tackled Tyrese Campbell straight away. Not getting an absolute sniff in this game. However, we do get the ball gifted back to us a little bit here as Pritchard. Oh, David Zima, of course, my old player in the West Ham save, who I absolutely adored, making a good, what's it called, tackle right there, or whatever it is, as they're going to put it around the corner. Branciaga, I'm trying to concentrate too much, as that's a good save. It's still Favre, it's the edge of the box, and it's 2. It's 2. Marquez with another. Just terrible, innit? Just terrible. Defending everything. It's to the edge of the box and it's fired home on the volley. We need to sign more players. Kind of is my go-to for everything, as now Pritchard onto Zambrano. At least we've still got a half of football, but that's actually kind of a bad thing as well with the way we are playing, because we'll only concede more, as Romeo keeping this one. Slowing it down a little bit to avoid terrible touches, but I know it'll happen at one point, as, oh, it's fit through to Pritchard. Campbell, get on that. Pritchard, get on that. Please pass that out wide. It's Moreno. Just dip that over. That's handball. That is definitely handball. Thank you. Thought Cornet was bloody catching that one, as it's going to be a penalty here. Campbell down left. Goes down the middle, but I meant it for left. And we do have one very undeservedly back for us. I'm going to let the boys celebrate as well, because we need to build morale up a little bit, don't we? As it is, of course, Tyrese Campbell firing it down the middle. To be fair, not the worst time to get it, but I'm still not happy with the result and performance so far. 2-1 to Burnley. 2-1 just before half-time, of course, with that goal. As I'm going to make a change. Maybe a controversial one with the injury, but I can't. God damn it. We're going to swap Yearwood for Zambrano there. It did give me the option with the quick sub, but apparently not with the actual sub. So we're going to keep on going with what we've got, as Campbell looking straight over the top to Valley. You need to prove yourself big time, my friend, in this game and for the rest of the season. Had a shocker of a first half, as Campbell walking into the box right here though. Tried to pass it. Maybe I shouldn't have done right there, as they're flooding at us. Got it off to Moreno. Romeo on the overlap. Pritchard looking for an angle. Doesn't get it. Campbell keeps it though, and he's offside. And there we go. It lets me do the quick sub. Drew Yearwood will come on for Zambrano in the end, as we've got 40 minutes to go. Dying to cough all the time now, as it's going to be... Who's this on the ball? Oh, chasing it. It's Dominic Thompson into William Carvalho now, and that's a good flick on! Baba knocks it onto the post. What a save from the keeper. Baba right there, as he gives it to Romeo. And we've got to try and run away with this one. That's a big save, that. And can we actually counter all the way? Tyrese Campbell has it. Get this out to the left back. That's a good ball into Thompson. Put that over the top straight away. Valley with a header. And to say he's 5'7", he tried. Drew Yearwood into Valley right here, who gives an unconventional pass across the field, but we have kept it. Tyrese Campbell into Pritchard. It's been all us in this second half, to be fair. And to say we're absolutely dominating in the first, I'm very surprised. But Luke O'Nine, my days, I expect more. Even though he's been injured for a long time, I really do with the form we're on. And I expect his defence not to mess up right there. Get that out to Valley, who's setting off behind his man. You've got to get the ball in front of your man before you run round him, don't you? That's just stupid decision making. As now it's still them with the ball. Max Thompson fires that. Doyle with a block headed down into Pritchard now, who's going to try and run away with it again. Can we try and... Well, I'm not going to say force something, but make a move. But Moreno's on another wavelength. Absolutely terrible from him, as they could counter right here. It's Kiki who tries to put it across. Baha, as he's going to keep the ball away from Romeo. He does it too easily, and it's hit the other post. They've hit both posts now in this game, as Campbell with a sneaky turn out. Can we try and get this down the line, though, into Valley? Can we counter from them hitting the post? You never know. It's still Valley on the ball right here. They've lunged in for a slide tackle. Good cross, please. Pritchard! Always lunging as Michi Batshuayi comes on now for Burnley. I mean, when you're under the caution counter-attacking, you don't want Batman on the field. He's just going to do everything he can to score now, isn't he? As we've got to defend. William Carvalho over the top. We've put a bit of afters in on him, but still I don't care. We've got to try and counter-attack at the moment as it's them coming down the line. Callum Roberts, Doyle with an incredible little flick to block that one, as it's now into Tyrese Campbell. Got options at either side, looking for Moreno through the middle again. Can we hit Valley out on that wing? It's over the top, too close to Roberts, as there's 3 minutes left in this game. And oh dear, Batshuayi, here he is! Big save, Baba. We're still in this game if we can get a counter-attack off from this, so I'm going to go ultra-attacking. I'm going to go team press, but we need to win that header. Corner off the crossbar. They've hit literally every bar now as Baba catches. Right, we need to go. We need to go. Let's go. Come on. Let's get running. Mengi, the centre-back with it forward right here. Embleton with a good turn. He's just come off the bench. Valley round the corner. That's into Drew Yearwood, and we might have a chance, actually. We might be able to do this on the counter. Yearwood over to Campbell, and we have done it on the counter. Tyrese Campbell at the Sunderland end of Turf Moor makes it 2-2 in the final minutes after they have literally huffed and puffed at our goal. We have gone up the other end and made it 2-2. Now that is very undeserved. We've counter-attacked all game, but it's worked out for us. Drew Yearwood and Campbell, they've both been in the physio room just talking about that moment for months whilst they've both been injured. Back on the field and back with a bang. 2-2. And I think that's going to be the end of the game. 2 goals from our striker in his first fully fit game. And it is done. We'll take a draw. It's not a win. It's only 1 point, but it's a big one to Burnley, who looked absolutely amazing in that game. And I tell you what, Deitch will be absolutely fuming with it. Both posts and the crossbars. It's not going to show us where we are in the league. We've got a cup game up next as Campbell's fully fit right now. I mean, he wasn't fully fit and he's still got 2 goals. I'm pretty impressed with him, as it's all about Lewis Cook up front as well now, apparently. He's got 3 goals. Top scorer in the EFL Cup, as we play Rochdale to start off tomorrow with. And of course we're going to make a lot of signings, because I didn't make any today. Just really couldn't think of any that I really needed to make. So we've got 4 games there. So we should have 2 games, 3 games, and a bit of transfer time to deal with. So thank you guys for all watching this episode. I'll see you very soon. Like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on as well, so you do not miss anything in the future, as that has been it from me. I've thoroughly enjoyed that last minute goal, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, in a bit, and peace.